السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. الحمد لله على نعمة الإيمان والقرآن والإسلام إن شاء الله. آمين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Yeah. Allah shows us the alternative if we don't follow the revelation, and if you try to find solution or enjoyment, pleasure for your life, go and see the people in the street. And that's the obvious comparison we have to say thank you to Allah. One sheikh kept, it's a story, of course, but meaningful, kept praying before he started the sermon, asking Allah to give mercy to unbelievers, treat them with your mercy, and those people, hypocrites, and I'm very happy with them. But it was a very famous, let's say, renowned sheikh. And the people, not only once, before starting a preaching or whatever you call them, sermons, he used to make the same prayer, invoke God's mercy on non-believers, hypocrites, pagans. And the people said, they didn't dare to ask first, but it was unbearable. He's not praying and asking for mercy, asking Allah to treat the believer with mercy. And he was asked, one member was brave enough to ask, he asked him, said, why do you keep praying for the unbelievers, not the believers, for the believers? He said, why should I pray for the believers? I'm not learning anything from them, but I learn a lot from the unbelievers. So I'm very pleased with them. We have to thank Allah, showing us, demonstrating us the value of the revelation and guidance from Allah, from God, how human values really appreciate it. Go back. What's that? What's going on? Why it doesn't go? Stop. Oh, okay. Why it doesn't go up? Previous slides. Excuse me. 90? No. I see. 94:4. We studied this one point was missing. I forgot it. Came to my mind and slipped away. That's nasib. But raising you high in dignity, we studied this, how the person who follows the teachings of the Quran is raised in dignity, high in dignity. What we haven't forgotten, the status given to human beings by getting this, or receiving the breath of God from His Spirit and reflecting it on the clay Adam. It means human beings. It means the body is the clay, the container. But for example, if you want to drink water, which is in the container, other clay, or I don't know, nowadays glasses. But before, glasses was maybe didn't exist or were very expensive coming from India. Can you imagine? So the most technological products were coming from India. So it was so expensive, so long way. So clay was the famous known in that old days. So this is the clay, or mostly the sack, leather sack, the practical way of keeping water by the Bedouin desert dwellers. You need water. What do? The container is the leather or the clay or whatever, the container. But you don't benefit from it. It covers it, it keeps it, but you benefit from the water inside. So human body is the like leather sack, but the water is like the spirit that breathed into this body from the. It's very interesting, amazing. I am really amazed about the description of the Quran saying that the spirit was breathed into human body from God's spirit. Unimaginable. Unimaginable. We have this trust from God's spirit. It doesn't mean that we have a peace from it. We have to be very careful, but reflectionary. You know, the painting the received the art from whom? Painting received art from whom? Sorry?
The painter.
The painter. Yeah. But painter, do you think the painter has lost anything? 1 gram from his art? No. But artists can say, has the right to say, I breathed into this paper or the paint, you know, in the buckets from my art. Right or wrong? We experience it. So when the painting or the paints, buckets of paints or tubes of paints, receive the art from the art of artistry of the artist, they become a place of reflection of the qualities of the artist, or the quality of the artistry of the artist. But it is not a part of the artist. That's what very important, because historically, some people are knowledgeable of it among us more than I do. Historically, that piece was missed from emphasis, saying that, look, it is not a part of it. Yes, we have received the spirit from the spirit of God, our creator, but not a piece from his spirit. So we are work of art, framed art. The artist has its own independent existence, self-subsistent existence. His artistry does not depend on the paint. His artistry is completely, as compared to the painting, completely independent, has an independent nature from the paint. It is independent from the paint. It is the artistry is the mind or what ability of the artist. Completely different nature. So the art cannot really try to understand the quality of the artist the art itself and question about the artist directly addressing, why are you doing this? Why did you make me in this way? What is left to the artist? This analogy is very powerful to me. What is left to the artist, the piece of art, to look at itself, right? If it is conscious, let's say one part of the art is conscious, right? Because universe is the art, and we are a part of the art, and we are conscious. Conscious means being aware of his and or her and other creatures' existence, that they exist, and being aware of the qualities in themselves and in the other beings that they exist. We have to be very careful. Every word is very important here. So, conscious part of the art is aware of the qualities within itself, manifested in it, and also qualities of the other things existing within the frame of art. So this analogy tells us what are we expected to do. If you know about anything, so if you want to know, desire to know, using your consciousness about anything to do with the artist, you are a part of the art. What are you expected to do?
Examine the qualities that are at least manifested within the art piece.
Yeah.
But I can't know of the nature of the painter, all that it's not of the nature of the piece itself.
But you are a conscious being. You are aware of the existence of the art manifested in the clay of, I'm using the expression of the Quran, clay of paint in the bucket. It's not art. It's not an art at all. Yeah, as far as art goes on. So you are now comparing the difference between paint and the art manifested in it. So by examining, as you said, exactly, by examining the qualities manifested in the paint in different ways and have the artistry there or the piece of art there, you discover almost all the qualities of the artist. In what form? Look, you know what it will be. Yeah, we have to be very careful not to fall into this idea. So what you know about the artist, how much he disclosed, manifested from his own art, or the quality of artistry. So that is what, if you want to know about God, you have to look at yourself, listen to yourself, look at your emotions, feelings, and look at the things created around you, physically or otherwise. For example, you can look at the biological or physiological plus biological structure of a bird or fly or, I don't know, a flower. Examine it. You can examine because you are given the quality of consciousness by the Creator. It says your consciousness is an living evidence crying out, saying that your maker is conscious because you have the reflection of consciousness. Do you understand? If you use all your qualities like this and try to, in this way, and understand the qualities manifested in the art, you can get to know the Creator with no difficulties. But it needs intention, deliberate action, that I have to question this. Try to understand the quality there. If you don't, even you follow a religion without knowing what you are doing. Like this, a little bit difficult and strange if you don't know this way of getting to know God, which is called knowledge of God. In Arabic, ma'rifatullah. Now, this is knowledge of God. It's possible for us to get it. It's not difficult at all. Just your consciousness. You don't have to do much. Just question how come this piece, while you are examining the, let's say, beauty of the flower, example, typical example, but biological structure of the flower, when you are examining it, yes, you find it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Seeing something is happening in terms of this word is magical, yeah, mysterious, because out of a cell which is designed in a certain way, and it grows, and stem first, and then branches, boughs, and then flower at the end. That's the end result. It's all through wisdom. You understand that unexpected things are happening within the unexpected material. So if you want to know your creator, who he is, what this example of the Quran given to us, presented to us through narrating the story of the creation of Adam, it's the story of the creation of me, but drawing my attention to understand that by looking at your own feelings, your own qualities manifested in your being in terms of physical existence, biological existence, and also emotional existence, your feeling, your qualities, human qualities side. You can see, you can understand, you can really go prostration by just thinking about yourself. You can understand this quality within you. So I'll come to this word. And have we not raised you high in dignity? Yeah. It means, let's go back to our example, typical example. I keep giving this example. I'm very pleased that this example was given by a very, I just recently learned and read actually his writings, by a very famous man, worldwide famous man. The same example was given. I didn't know that. I thought it was a great example. It was known 650 years ago to the people. They were aware of it. So this exactly the painter and get to know Ma'rifatullah through this, etc., etc. Alhamdulillah, I was very pleased to see that it is not an innovation. It is within the tradition or heritage of Islamic knowledge. Alhamdulillah. Although very rare, but at least one I saw it. Very simple. Anyways, now by looking at yourself, you understand that your physical body, your paint, the packets of paints, it means carbon, I don't know, tell me, oxygen, nitrogen, whatever it is, azote, whatever it is in your body, water, hydrogen and oxygen. What else do we have in our elements? They say 100 and how many elements they are finding now? They keep finding more and more. 112 or something around there, you know. And more than 100, less than 150, as far as I remember from my previous readings. So we have 112 elements, 10, or let's say 20 elements, and any of these elements, it means we have 120 different paint buckets. But they themselves have no quality to make themselves into a human being. Or my body, working, alive, yes, growing, or getting old, aging. They have no quality at all. Okay, this is physical side. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, definitely. The physical body of a human being is really wonderful, amazing. Even those people don't believe in spirit, human qualities, humanity, really, because they cannot really put that spirit to the lab and examine it. And it's very important what the science does. Put it under their own experiment, yeah, and patronize it. Try to manipulate with it. Of course, they cannot manipulate with it according to their own whims or expectations. They have to manipulate with it within the given opportunities, facilities in the order of the universe. Yeah. Can they play with the chromosome structure of the DNA as they want, or do they have to follow the order which permits them to do this, not to do that? Yeah, not being able to do this because they have to act according to the requirements of the order of the universe. Okay, still, these people, there are a few handful obstinate, biased, bigoted people. Forget about them. They say it happened by itself, but most of them are amazed. Yeah, even the most obstinate one says it is amazed, but we can't really go into this field because we are not studying theology. We are studying science, physical science, hard science. So it is not our concern because we cannot study that. But can they deny human feelings? If someone says, when your presentation was idiotic, for example, he spoke in a conference and presented a paper, somebody stands up there, are you idiot? What are you talking? It is all nonsense. What they do, they may take it to court, insulted me. But there is no change in your material being by this word. And why are you resentful at my language? We would say, my feelings don't accept it. You have something apart from your physical side. Anyways, but even those people really say that there is such thing, but it is not our field. Avoiding it, to accept that they have a creator, and they are expected to be, the consciousness knows it, obedient to the creator. They have to act within the permission of the creator. Let's say, say, ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. They have to accept that this is what revealed to them with the permission of God. They cannot know anything beyond that. It means they are subject to the will of something else apart from them. That is ego cannot accept it. It cannot accept it that I'm subject to somebody's will. No. That's why this abuse of freedom is very widely spread in this civilization under the title of individual freedom. I must be free. And it means I don't accept any superpower over me. But they are moving down. There's another example. There's a difference between, I will tell you what they are doing, moving down in front of what. I will go that. If I don't, remind me. There's a story, it's not historically proven, but at least theoretically it's correct. The difference between symbolic person, Abu Jahl, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. No, Abu Jahl, it's not necessarily Abu Jahl. Any idolater or don't have any religion, how do you call them? Pagan. Yeah, the Meccan people were pagans. Yeah. So they said the difference between paganism and the prophetic mission or message. Pagan goes and bows down before the idol, whatever it respects. Maybe it is an flag nowadays, or national anthem, etc. They stand up and before the national anthem, right? So, but for the prophet, his message makes the idol bow down for him. This is described in for the man. Yeah? Did you get it? Some eyes say, I don't understand.
I don't understand what did.
It means I'm confusing. Look, the symbolic story is this, not historically proven, and it's not in narration. When Abu Jahl went to the Kaaba or Uzza, in front of Uzza, he bowed down, right? Before Uzza. Now, it means nowadays you bow down before the flag or as if get ready or how do you say, be respectful when the national anthem is said, so or chanted. So they have to stand up. You know why we stand up in our prayers? Not national anthem. We stand up and respect that I am at your obedience. Here, I'm ready for you. In the prayer, you stand up. And then you prostrate before whom? Before your creator. If you don't do this, you have to bow down or stand up for your idol. Whatever the idol you have. Yeah? Apart from God, the creator. So the idol, Abu Jahl went there and bowed down before the idol. Prophet, this part is true, historically true. When he entered Mecca and went to Kaaba, all idols bowed down before the Prophet. That's the difference. 180 degrees diametrically opposite each other. You bow down before your worldly idols, and the worldly idols bow down before the believer. Now, Satan stood against Adam. Angels prostrated before Adam. So Satan stood against Adam. I'm not going to bow down or prostrate before the clay. So Satan thought that the painting is just paint, collection of paint, no art. So why should I bow down before the paint? They have no quality as far as the artistry is concerned, not the quality quality of the paint we are not talking about. It's just an analogy. So paint, we don't really say that, oh, this is a beautiful thing I saw here. No, paint means nothing. So you don't really bow down before it. So, good. But angels bowed down, alaykum salam, angels bowed down before Adam. You know why? They bowed down before Adam with in front of or in respect to the art manifested in the paint, on the paint, with the paint. Paint contained the art in it, but it's not a physical thing. But every conscious being knows that this is artistry. Yeah, they like it, they put it on the wall, they watch it and respect and admire, appreciate the beauty of the artistry. So angels bowed down before, not bowed down, okay, with the language of the Quran, prostrated before Adam. But Satan didn't. Satan paid attention to the material clay side of it. It means in the example of the painting, paint. There is no art in it. Why should I respect it? Why should I admire it? Yeah. If you pay attention to the, not to the art, but the paint only, of course, why should you admire it? There's no art in it. You don't see the beauty in it. So when the people, what was the point I said I shouldn't forget?
When people bowed, what they bowed down to.
Yeah, to human beings. The angels bowed down before Adam, not because of his body, but because the spirit, the art inspired or breathed into the paint by the artist. So they bowed down before the artistry manifested in the painting. Now we are paintings and we have these endless qualities which are the reflections of the qualities of the creator. Reflections. That is important. Reflections of the qualities of the creator. So because of these qualities manifested in us by the breath of our creator's spirit, it means quality. Yeah, creator's spirit is his quality of creatorship. So all his names, people call it attributes. No, attributes. But the Quran says names of God, names of the creator. We understand names of the creator as the qualities of the creator. What makes that being to be a God is qualities. But can you imagine a creator with no power, no knowledge, no wisdom, no will? Can you imagine? It's not so we know the creator only through his qualities. So human beings are raised high in dignity through what? Manifested qualities of their creator, representing the qualities of their creator. Yeah. When you look at a piece of art hanging on the wall or exhibition hall, do you see the painter somewhere there? No, painter may not be here. Doesn't matter whether he's here or not, doesn't matter. Does it? What you look at and admire at the quality of artistry manifested on it. So only through the manifested quality of the artistry in the painting that you know quality of the artist, who the artist is. But the body of the artist, he might have died. Does it bother you? The artist of this painting has died. Why should I look at his art? He's not here anymore. He died. Does it bother you at all? It doesn't bother me. If I am alive, if I am in front of the beauty of the painting and admiring it, whether the artist is there or not, doesn't make any change. So people keep saying, have you seen God? Why should I see it? I see his quality is here manifested in me. That is the high dignity that human beings has, because the human beings are given the best example, direct qualities of manifestations of the qualities of its creator. So that is what raised another, that we studied this verse before. We spent maybe 1 hour on it. But what we are left, appointing the human beings as the vicegerent of their creator. And that is not because Quran told me this. Even Quran didn't give this allegory to me. Didn't tell me this allegory of the story of Adam. Doesn't matter. I have to be conscious, not biased, questioning, critically thinking person, because I have the quality that of being a critical thinking man, critically thinking about my own existence. I definitely come to the conclusion that if Murat will be surprised, not about won't be surprised, he's used to. If it is possible, if it was possible, you should prostrate yourself. Do you understand? Before the manifestation of the qualities of your creator. Do you understand this? How do you do that? While you are praying, by identifying yourself, who you are, saying that all these qualities I'm experiencing within my own being are from my creator. I didn't create them. My father didn't create them. My mother didn't create them. I am created with these qualities by a one whose qualities manifested in me. Do you understand? If it was possible, if we don't confuse what some people are very much aware of it, but they are rare people. Even a munafiq, hypocrite, died. His body was taken, or was being taken to the graveyard. The Prophet stood up. Do you understand? For his body. Did you know that? But have you read this hadith?
In one narration, it comes that there was someone from another faith, a Jewish man,
Yeah.
and the Prophet stood up.
Stood up. Yeah. Later on, you know the reason, there is a historical reason. Later on, there are other narrations that later on the Prophet stopped doing this kind of things because of the, that is not related to our subject, because of the treaty. They breached the treaty and, how do you say, broke the conditions of the treaty and rebelled against them. But those people did it consciously. Before, they didn't know. They didn't know the difference between Jewish tradition and what the Prophet was teaching. So they were innocent. They believed in God. Yeah, they still believed in God. But when they consciously rebelled against the Prophet, now even their body lost respect, because it is a deliberate, obstinate reaction to the truth because of their very up-the-moon attitude towards the truth that they hear. Jewish people knew that. Look, Quran is very severe about this kind of attitude. They knew that what the message the Prophet brought to them, the message brought to them was right. But their arrogance, their pride of their racial background, and understanding of the chosenness, they rejected it. It is not from us. They rejected it. But historically, we know that this obstinacy is very, very relevant to our reality. Jesus was from them. Yeah? Jesus was a Jew. He was born into a Jewish community. He belonged to the children of Israel. Did they accept it? No. Some of them did. Because of this national pride, racial pride is the worst thing. Someone, it may surprise you, this idea, but I'm very happy with it. Someone deny God because he doesn't understand. For example, today I had a discussion with a guy coming from a Muslim family background, but saying that he used to say that it is the third or fourth meeting. He used to say, I am an atheist. Today I was, if he didn't say anything, I am agnostic. Okay, one grade ahead. But he said, I have been investigating it. He said he has been investigating what the reality of religion is since the age of 14. That's very important. Yes, I'm aware that most of the people start questioning, not the bigoted Muslims following tradition blindly. They never start and die without starting. Forget about them. But those people who question, the questioning starts at the age of 13. The best way of approaching the people while they are open-minded, without any prejudice, without any bigotry, approach them. 13, 14 years old. Very important. So the guy also said, I started questioning this 14. Since then, in the high school, the middle school he started, but slowly. In the high school, really very vehemently, ardently. I want to know what is this, because he was very much disappointed with his family, religious family. He had the religious parents, very dangerous religious parents. If the religious people do not know anything about the reality of religion, it's very, very dangerous. So he said, okay, I must learn. He spoke to me. It's an interesting experience. I was talking to my friends, investigating what Islam is really, and my conclusion is it is nothing but garbage. I said, yeah, I agree with you, man. Why? That's what the attitude I take. Then I'm more atheist than you are in denying this kind of stories, baseless, irrational defending of Islam. He said the exact word. Are you more atheist than I am? I said, yeah. Of course, I was the imam there. But in this sense, denying the narrations I heard from ignorant, uneducated people. But you know that I overcome that obstacle by following this way, that way, investigating, studying. Those people are innocent. They are investigating. As far as they arrived or reached a level is concerned, they said, I'm an atheist. But why? Because what they heard about religion didn't make sense to them. Of course, it is reasonable to reject something which doesn't make sense to you. You have to reject it. But you shouldn't stop. Carry on investigating. Okay, in this specific case, he's done. Whenever he has free time comes, we talk. So, anyways, but those people, because of racism, because of proud of their heritage, I cannot deny the values of my family, values of my nation, values of my community. Those people, You cannot respect them at all. Please come in. Feel free, sit. This row is all free here this way. So you don't make a shadow in front of anybody. Sit here. Come, Papa, one more. You see, no one. Look at that. No one is disturbed. Yeah, you don't have to do this, do that. Okay. Anyway, welcome. This obstinacy, racial obstinacy, family bigotry. Our family is the best. Yeah. Our nation is the best. Our race is the best. We are more developed than the Aborigines of Australia. Unforgivable. I understand atheists. They are investigating, and as far as they found, they heard about religion and rejected them. It's all right. Yeah, they will, as long as they continue, they don't stop. It's all right. It's very human. We have to go through these stages anyways. But I don't know. That's why the Prophet, about this narration, the second narration again in Bukhari, that he stopped practicing this after they breached the treaty. Yep. They were dismissed, because if you don't, for example, what do they do here? You are a citizen, or you are a visitor, whatever, or green card holder, whatever. Or you promise to get the visa. What? I promise that I'm going to obey the laws of this country. But if you don't obey, for example, I'm not an American citizen. No one can touch me because I'm not an American. But in America, steal something. What do they do? Take you to court. Yeah. If needed, put you in the prison. And everybody acknowledges it. It's not wrong. But you say, I'm not subject to you. I don't like America, but I'm just visiting here. You say, no, as long as you enter here, you must obey the rule. It means keep the treaty, right? Citizenship means I am going to follow the order. But you don't like the order. Not necessarily America, wherever it is. You don't like the order. You don't like the values of this country. What are you expected to do? Not to breach it. What? Leave it. Leave and go somewhere else where you are happy. Got it? So what they did, these people really breached the treaty, and then Prophet stopped respecting them. Before, all people, pagans, some believers, very, very handful of believers, 64, but in second Aqab, not Aqab, first, what was the word? Biat act. The people from Medina came to make for the fair and pledged obedience to the teachings of the Prophet. First and second. Second was 62 people. That's it. Whole city. 62, 64 of them. Why this word doesn't come to me? Who remembers? First and second, they're very famous. Okay, they invited the Prophet to Medina when he was really under the threat of assassination.
That time it was called Yasrib. Yeah.
Sorry?
That time the city was called Yasrib.
Yeah. So he went there, 60-something Muslim, 3 tribes, small tribes, mostly dwelling around in the suburban area, Jews. The rest was pagans. Can you imagine? The Prophet was the administrator, responsible person, if you like, mayor or governor of Medina, or it wasn't called Medina, she's right, Yathrib, that time. Later on, it was called. I'm still searching. You search as well. I'm still searching here, doesn't work. But your machine more clever than I am. So Sorry?
For my information, we're around 70.
70,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, okay. Can you imagine the big city, 70 of them Muslim? Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad was the governor of the city, protecting the citizens of the city. Who were they? Mostly pagans, a few of them Jews, 60 or 70 of them believers. That's it. He was protecting the Jews. He was protecting the pagans under his administration. Did he make any distinction, differentiation between, yeah, Muslims can do anything they want because you're from my party, so the others, I can punish you and be careful. No, equal treatment, equal responsibility, equal protection. That is the first time in history human race experienced this freedom, equality among human beings, regardless of their belief. We cannot stand. We don't. These are non-Muslims, I don't care. The Prophet collected the zakat, it means really tax of that age. So spend the age, what? When the Prophet is very interested. Your presence is very important because knowing that you know, so we can share it. When Mu'az, a person from his friends, sent for the position of administratorship to, I think Yemen, yeah. So this person went there, and the Prophet says what advice was what? Very interesting. Not everyone were believers that time. They were following their tradition, mostly pagan tradition. Take tax, what it is called in the Quranic language, zakat. Yeah, zakat is not charity. Charity is tasadduq. But charity, zakat is different from tasadduq. So more than charity. For example, you can pay charity, but still you have to pay zakat. Sorry, tax, like this. But you may not pay charity. It's up to you, but you have to pay the tax. If you don't pay tax, what happens here? You find yourself in prison or punishment. Okay? Okay, in the Islamic tradition, following the tax from them, collecting the tax from them, and the advice of the Prophet was collect the tax from them and spend this collection to their poor. Look, not to me, to their own poor. Distribution of the wealth equally on a right base between the people of that area. That was the first condition for tax collection, which is very interesting. And the second condition was don't take the best part of, because money wasn't very common, the barter system was there. So the properties, the tax paid, it is a very typical example. If you have 40 sheep, you have to give to the poor 1 sheep. If you have 80 sheep, you have to give 2 to the poor, right? That is how it was. And the Prophet said, don't take the best part of their property. That they will feel really, oh, the best is gone. It's human being. It's human being. We are very much attached to our properties. Yeah, we identify ourselves with our properties, with our degrees, with our profession. We say, let me make mock of me. Dr. Ali. Doctor comes first. Doctor identifies the title DR, identifies me for as far as I am concerned. It is so, I'm not a human being. I am a doctor, or I am an engineer. I am a director of a company, CEO of a company first, and then who I am. That is what the culture is. So this is the best part, is not Ali, but doctor. It's an example from myself, for myself. So forget about this. So the Prophet said, don't take the best part of their property. You see the compassion and understanding human psychology. I admire this kind of administration, really. It is beautiful. So come back to human dignity. Human dignity mainly is based on human qualities. Human qualities. Yeah. If you pay attention to what the prophetic message is all about, if you pay attention to it, what you get, instead of being a living creature, you realize that, in our painting example, so instead of being a paint, because the painting is in fact materially consisted of what? Paints, different kinds of paints, right? We are making the analogy between paints and human beings, and the material side of the painting is paint. But what gives the value to the framed painting is the art, not the paint, is the art, right? So if you are like some people, so with their funny values, paying attention to material side of the person, human being, his maybe age, his title, his profession, his body, his flesh, and how attractive, beautiful, handsome, whatever he looks, his clothes. That's materialist worldview, right? You have no dignity more than a beautiful deer, for example, or nightingale, for example, beautiful animal. Yeah, maybe more beautiful than some animals, or most of the animals. That's it. That's your value, is this, flesh-wise. When you listen to the prophetic message, it teaches you who really you are, really, as a human being. It doesn't teach you about your flesh, because you can know it. You can study, you can learn which kind of qualities your flesh has, right? But prophetic message teaches you that you have the qualities manifested in you of your creator. So what you do now, being a paint, now as the verse that we are studying, verse 4, last verse, have we not actually, and it's the question form, have we not raised you high in dignity by sending you the guidance in order to understand who your reality is? That is the second meaning of the verse. You start understanding the value of your being in terms of your human qualities, which are given to you, endowed on your being by your creator, like the artist's quality of artistry manifested in the art. So the paint, if you want to buy the paint, it costs you $50. Now, after the artist reflects his quality of painting in the artistry. Within the paint, body of the paint, the same body becomes maybe 10,000. Oh, it was $50 in material value at most. I don't know how expensive they are, how much paint is used there. $10 maybe. It becomes $10,000 because of what? Art. Where the paint get the art itself? That's what some people say. It developed into an art because of the effect of the winds and revolving and turning or disasters. I'm very sorry for that. They have no human dignity. They have a dignity of an animal at the most. Okay. So the Quran speaks to us. Be careful. We have elevated your dignity very high because of the qualities of the Creator manifested in you. My artistry is manifested in you. So be respectful to yourself and be respectful to any human being. The human being himself may not be aware of his own quality. Do you think you admire the painting? If the painting is aware of its quality, you know that it doesn't. The paint itself is not aware of its own quality. It's just like this conscious being there. But we admire it. So if you think that somebody is not a believer, appreciating his human qualities, still if you know that this man has the qualities of its creator, his or her creator, manifested in his being, you respect that qualities. That's why angels in the parable of the Quran, they was prostrated before Adam. I really love this story. It's very real. Angels prostrated before Adam in the language of the Quran. What does it mean? Even Adam may not be aware of the qualities manifested in himself. It means Adam means who's Adam? Have you seen Adam? Have you seen Adam? Yeah? No. Stand up in front of a mirror, you will see Adam. Now the Quran speaks in an allegoric way, tells about the things, what happened to Adam. None of my business. I don't know. None of my business. But Adam is me. We know that the Quran speaks in this way always. So Adam is me. So look at yourself. You will understand that you are worth being prostrated. Not because you have a degree, not because you have a profession. No. Just because you are given your body. You are aware of it or not. Regardless, we have to respect human beings. Whatever the claim they have. They said, for example, I think you do. Every one of you do. For example, a man comes to your house, says, I belong to an atheist group, and we have a lot of evidence that religion is just garbage, forget about it, and believing in God is just baseless, and we are making propaganda and explaining our ideas. Looks at your doors are coming. Okay. Once Jehovah's Witness came to my house. Said, please come in. Okay, please. And I offered them some cookies or something, whatever, or a brownie, something, whatever I had. And they said they are going to do a lot of things. And 10 minutes later, they said, please, with your permission, we have to go. Yeah, okay. Because didn't make, they were afraid that, they might have lost their faith in their belief. So this man comes here, all right? This man comes here, and he's then blank atheist and propaganda, makes propaganda. Do you call it in English propagandist? Okay, does this word exist in English language? Propagandist. What says, before I start, can I have a glass of water? What would you say? Would you give or not? Frankly, would you give or not? Don't say that, oh, if I give it, I'm supporting the atheist. Would you give or not? A man comes, then I'm an atheist, and asks a glass of water. Yeah? Frankly, don't be hypocrite. Really say, I would give. I would give him everything he wants. As a favor, if I had. The man himself and his understanding belongs to him. But we respect what he has in it. And also, did you know the expression? Did you hear this expression in English? By cutting the trees, you cannot stop spring coming. Have you heard of it? No? No? Or did I make it up? Okay. Look, we have to understand the logic of the Quran. Quran never, ever encouraged to kill the enemy. Just be careful. It's an enemy. But defend yourself and ولا تسرفوا في القتل. Yeah, Sheikh is here. Don't worry. I'm sitting here and speaking, but in fact, somebody should come and sit where I'm sitting. But he's very modest person. So he's there. Okay. I don't want to mess up. We are following a certain, you understand, I think, certain way of teaching. So I don't want to give a how do you say, break or something different. So that's why I'm not offering you. So I know the value. So of the person is sitting here. So the Quran says, don't go to extreme in killing in the battlefield, legitimate battle. Yes, legitimate battle. Not any battle that's happening nowadays is legitimate. Just justified aggression or invasion, really. So legitimate battle. You have the right to defend yourself, but be careful. Unless it is necessary, you shouldn't kill the man. Why? By killing the man, you cannot stop spring coming. When the spring comes, it rains. When it rains, new trees come. You cannot stop the spring. You cannot kill the spring. You cannot kill the idea by killing the man. Right? Do you get it? You cannot kill the idea by killing the man. It's not important. We should still respecting the man, the person. Man means not woman, it doesn't mean. Respecting the person, human being. Whether he may be atheist, we have to respect him. If this person asked me to give them dinner, I would. Definitely I would. And I'm sure you would as well. But this is in human being. But unfortunately, because of the bigotry that our minds are imprisoned, chained, washed by the culture, we take an enmity or attitude, not enmity, attitude, animosity. Animosity. Yeah. This attitude towards the unbeliever himself. If you want to be an enemy, be enemy of the wrong idea, right? Not the man. Men are created free. They can be atheists, none of your business. Because if it was wrong to use the free will in the wrong way, if it was not possible, it is not permitted, first, the Creator shouldn't give us the ability to deny the truth. It is the will of the Creator that gave us the opportunity, freedom, to accept the atheism, if you like. Nowadays, the atheism is a famous name, the title used, but it's a fashion as well. People think that they are enlightened when they say, I'm an atheist. Anyways, but that is his title, using his freedom given to them by the Creator. That's his freedom. But would you endorse a wrong idea? No. No, that is the difference. If you want to kill the forests, what do you have to do? You have to stop the spring coming so that the rain will come and new trees will grow. So you have to kill the spring. Can you kill the spring? So stop being nonsense. So by rejecting the person himself, by opposing the person, hating the person, you cannot gain anything. Especially even during the legitimate warring the man, you can get nothing. But you have to protect yourself, because if you don't kill him, if the position is such that if you don't kill him, he will kill you. You don't have right to let yourself be killed. You have to defend. That's why some people, you may hear that, I don't know, Imad may know it. Some people defend that in Islam there is offensive war as well. Have you heard of it? So it is the most dangerous presentation of Islam. Cannot be. It's against justice. Offensive war, and war in Islam is definitely and strictly limited within the defense. Only. You can do defense war. Only. And you have to understand, of course, if someone reads the Quran literally, he can do everything. He can even deny the Quran and give the judgment, I would say, but it's called, technically, it's called
Ruling?
Sorry?
Ruling?
Ruling, yeah. That means ruling, but jurisprudential rule. Yeah. Anything, if you read the Quran literally, you can justify everything, whatever you want. But the Quran cannot be read literally. That's what we're trying to understand. This story, for example, not literally at all, what it signifies, what the message it brings to us. So this is the aspect of the verse. We have raised you high in dignity, giving the status of vicegerent of God first. The second, we have given you the guidance to realize what your real humanity is about. What is your real humanity? So if you understand this, your real humanity, you have to follow the instruction from your Creator. Because, for example, go back to our painting example. I love painting examples. So this painting example, if a part of the painting is conscious, is it possible? Yeah. The universe is the painting full of art. And we are a part of this painting. Painting, right? Within the universe. We are conscious. So if conscious of this, conscious part of the painting starts questioning which kind of value I have, it only can look at itself. And apparently what he feels, even he sees that he has some qualities, okay? For example, he feels sorry for the downtrodden people, poor people, neglected people, orphans. Yep. Oh, yes, yeah. But what do they say? I am very sorry for the poor people. I am very sorry. What is the mistake with it? Is it wrong to be sorry for the poor people? Think about it. No. But what is wrong with this statement? I am really very sorry for the, I want to help them. What's wrong with this statement? So those people who follow these classes regularly, yeah?
What's wrong is that you're attributing your sense of justice to yourself when in fact it's the quality given by the Creator.
Yeah. So the parts of the painting, great. Parts of the painting says, I'm beautiful. I made myself beautiful. What do? You laugh at it. If the artist didn't do it this way, you would never be beautiful at all. You will remain as paint as ever. The paint, buckets of paint, or the tubes of paint cannot become the painting, framed beautiful painting by accident, by itself. They have to obey the order of the universe. They have no choice to go out of this way or that way. Have you ever seen any water dropping upwards? Water, not evaporates water. If it evaporates it under the effect of the heat, it is again obeying what? Obeying the order. Now, not because it is choosing, it is bound to obey the order. They cannot make the beauty because they are bound. They are slaves of the order, if you like. So, only acknowledging that I am made beautiful. I am made with this quality of being or feeling pity, feeling pity for the poor and for example, innocent people whose rights are trespassed, yeah, or taken away. You have to say, my Creator doesn't like this because I don't like this as the result of the way I'm made, because of the result of the way I am made. It is very true and dignified understanding, acknowledging the right of the one who deserves to be appreciated, not you. Can you say that I'm a very successful, or not successful, sorry, it was a wrong word. I am a very talented man. I made a brain for myself, works in this way. Can you be proud of your brain, how it works, how sophisticated it is? Right? Can you be proud of your liver? It functions like a brain, actually. They say, I don't know, but I'm not expert on the subject. They say liver functions and produces 400 different, you are in the field, what do you say? 400 different functions at once. in the body. Can you say that, I'm a very talented man, made my liver work in this way? So how can you say that liver is mine? The sense of pity is mine, sense of love is mine, sense of helping is mine, sense of, for example, being pro-justice is mine. How ridiculous it is. In the language of the Quran, it is called stealing the property of the Creator, appropriating it to yourself. For example, you go and sneak into the house of a professor, take the degree, frame it and hang it on the wall, and put it on your forehead. I'm the professor. Look, how right is it? Yeah? Do you think by putting the degree of the professor up there in your room without being the professor, do you get any dignity, or you are worse than if you didn't claim it? Because you are a liar. You are a thief, sorry. You are a thief. But if you didn't do that, you would be better off. So what we steal from the property of God and appropriate it to ourselves, put it in our own rooms, be proud of it, is worse than doing nothing. At least you do nothing. It means you are not a thief, you are not a fake, liar, at least. But if one says, I am a good man, what does it mean? He is worse than any man who says, I'm not a good man at all. The worse than this. So we have to be very careful. In our daily language, we use that I love this, I wanted to do that, etc. But at least intellectually, we have to be conscious that all my claims, attributing my qualities to myself and say, I'm a very knowledgeable man, I am an expert in this subject, etc. First, at least it is false. The second, lack of consciousness. Last, it is a, how do you say, treachery, rebelling against treason, because we broke the pledge with our Creator. That the pledge is what? You are giving me, and I know I am able to acknowledge it. Now that's what Bezme-Alest. You are my Lord, and I acknowledge it. Whatever they call it in a very famous phrase used in Bezme-Alest. So that is the pledge. Because I have been given the quality to understand that all the qualities given in my body, in my being, are not from me, but from the one who made me. So I have to acknowledge it. So when you see somebody who is really, really needy, not because he is drug addicted, but really needy, you feel sorry. Everyone, even not a person. If you see a cat hungry in the street and making noise and asking for help, what do? You want to help him, regardless of your religious ground. And atheists may feel more than the believers. Believers said, Allah will take care of it, etc. Atheists said, no, I have to do it. More right. Anyways, they have to do it. Is it from you, or you have to do it in your feeling? You cannot really deny it. It is there, but you may be busy. You may say somebody else will do it, etc. But it is there. As soon as you see it, you feel it. Automatically, it shows itself. Automatically. So we have to be aware that we acknowledge the qualities given to us, we also are able to understand that these qualities are not really from me, from my maker. My maker enabled me to do that. So acknowledge it. If you don't acknowledge it, you are a traitor. Is it right?
Traitor.
Traitor. You are a traitor. It means you are really breaking the pledge that in your creator you promise. Creation, sorry. In your creation, you understand this, this is a very important concept that the Quran uses. It's a very famous phrase in the Quran. So we have to really understand that the quality of the creational side of us openly declare that I am created in this way. When you say I am created, but it means automatically, what does it mean? When you say I am created, automatic conclusion is what? Who would say?
That there is a creator. I
have a creator. Right? So the first thing is required from us to acknowledge this. This is Kalubala. Yeah, I'm made in this way. And Kalubala, I don't want to confuse the language here. When our nature said, yes, well, naturally we understand that we are made. We are made by a conscious being, and we are giving all these qualities. So it is better not to be traitor. Pronunciation, I'm learning. So I don't mind learning, and I'm happy that I learned one word how to pronounce it. Thank you. So we have to be careful about this, even if we don't do it. Okay, I felt very pity about a person's terrible situation, okay, hungry or homeless, whatever. Sorry, and I didn't pay any attention to it, so that, well, how can I help him? Didn't do anything, okay, but still be honest with yourself that this feeling is given to me by my creator. It means through me, my creator is telling me that I take pity of this man, I employed you. Like, you know, the creator employs all the trees to give us fruit. Yeah, I am like a tree in this sense. Tree is not conscious of it, conscious of its own quality. I am conscious of it. Or maybe tree is conscious of it. Some people say, yes, they are conscious of it because of the representation by the angels representing their existence. So that referring to the angels, I'm speaking to a special person here. So he understands what I mean. But quickly, it is a very huge subject. Believe in angels is a huge subject. So according to us, tree is not conscious of its qualities, according to us. Not in reality. We don't know. We have to study it. And then if you study it, you end up saying that they are conscious as well. But at first, but wood gives fruit to you, presents in a beautiful way, decorate. And what is interesting, even amazing, incredible, before the fruit comes at the end of the tree, it means all the tree is employed to that target end, to give fruit. That's the end. The purpose of the existence of tree is to give fruit. Before the fruit, the bud comes into existence, what comes? Come on. Who are you? You know everything. So, flowers. It means good news. I'm bringing the good news to you, smiling at me. Can you imagine? Look at the wisdom, how human relationship. If someone gives you, for example, offers you a dinner, in a dirty plate. You say, I'm sorry, just I had my dinner, thank you. You start feeling throw out. So, but if the food is presented to you with a beautiful plate, decoration, smiling face, singing, and asking you, please help yourself come. More than the food, the atmosphere is delicious. Isn't it true? So flower is more beautiful than the fruit. Good news. That's why when God reveals his message to Jesus, it is called Injil. Injil means what? Good news. In Arabic, Injil means good news. First the good news comes, and then the fruit comes, right? So I understand that the Injil was the flower, Quran was the fruit. So comes there. Okay. Good news does come. How beautiful it is. But wood is employed to provide the good news and the fruit in order to serve human beings. Yeah, because don't get frightened when you pick the fruit from the tree, because when it is ripe, it says, "Come and take me, otherwise I will drop. I will fall on the earth, and the animals will eat me." No, you eat me because I want to become a part of human body. That's the wisdom. That's why they are employed. I don't understand the vegetarian mentality. They think that animals is better to die and become Korean. Good for nothing for human beings. Can you eat the meat of a dead animal? You found in the way that a dog died, or a sheep died, let's say, a cow died. Would you like to eat it? No, it must be slaughtered. Yep. Otherwise, it comes what? Carrying and smelly, dirty. You want to get rid of it as soon as possible. And the vegetarians say, leave the animals die by themselves and become rotten for nothing for human beings. Animals say, I am here to become a human being, a part of a human being. Please eat me. The fruits are so beautiful. Why? Come and eat me, come and eat me. And when they are ripe, the stem dries away and say that, look, I'm going to be wasted. Come on. Yeah. When they are not ripe, can you pick it up? Pull it up? No. Why does that? No, wait. Be patient. Wait. This is the wisdom in creation. Every stage in creation is full of wisdom. So the animal is, plants or animals are created to serve human beings, all the qualities for a purpose, not from them. Do you think the tree is making the fruit and flower? Yeah. What? Do you think the sheep or cows are producing the milk? Do they know what they are doing? Yeah. They know only how to eat grass. Yeah. How to eat grass. That's it. What they don't know how to make the milk, or the milk is there. Do you say that, oh, you did a good job, man. How much do you want me to pay you? No. Just they give, they're employed. All right. When human beings feel pity on a miserable man, destitute man, right? How do you say that it is me as a good man? I'm really a good man helping the poor. Did you have this quality yourself? Yeah. But unfortunately, when it comes to the tree, you go and pick it up and say, even don't say thank you, tree, because it doesn't understand. Take it and eat it. That's it. But when it comes to your fruit of your life, say, this is mine. I produced it. How ridiculous it is. So the message of the prophet brought by God, or God sends the message to human beings, and when you receive the message, you realize your real being. So you upgrade your status in existence from being an animal, flesh, bone, and blood, to a human being who is the vicegerent representative of the creator of the universe. How this word is, have we not raised you high in dignity by sending you the message, letting you know who you are? I say, it is a rhetoric way of saying it. This phrase here, وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ, is an Arabic original language, is to me, but I'm not challenging the language of the Quran, but it is an expression. It's not strong enough. Yeah, we are really, becoming an animal turned into a human being with enormous, endless human qualities, representing the Creator's qualities in his existence. The difference between two status, animal and a human being, representative of the Creator of the universe. What do you do? This language is not strong enough. It's just a very simple way of saying it, but we have to understand the deep meaning in it. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ is a very strong language. I am amazed about it. Okay, that is our promise that we should stop this time. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم ثم آخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Would you like to add anything? No? Okay, but I wouldn't insist because the time is already up. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah. May Allah be pleased with you, and may Allah make us understand, become aware of our human reality. Inshallah. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you next Wednesday or Saturday. Inshallah. If you have time on Saturday at 11 o'clock, we have the discussion, another discussion here, somewhere in the room, the next room actually. 11 a.m. next week, afterwards 10 a.m. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. What's that, man? Cancel. Assalamu alaikum, Sarah. How are you? You don't know? Yeah. I didn't notice that. I stopped here. I said I stopped there.